Right now, your mind is controlling you in ways you can't even see. Every decision you make, every habit you keep, even the way you see yourself, is being shaped by hidden psychological forces. What if I told you your life isn't fully yours until you uncover these secrets? Today, I'm going to reveal 10 hidden psychology secrets that silently guide your thoughts, your choices, and your reality. Once you understand them, you'll begin to see the world and yourself in an entirely new way. So watch closely, because the last secret might just change everything. Have you ever stopped to wonder if you're truly in control of your own life? Every choice you make, every habit you repeat, even the emotions you feel when you wake up in the morning, are they really yours? Or are they quietly being directed by invisible forces you cannot see? Most of us like to believe we are independent thinkers, that we shape our destiny with our own hands. But the truth is far stranger. Right now, as you listen to my voice, your brain is running ancient programs that were written long before you became aware of them. And those hidden programs are silently controlling everything. Think about it for a moment. Why do you crave certain foods at specific times? Why do you trust one stranger instantly, while feeling suspicious of another? Why do you sometimes feel guilty without knowing why? These aren't random. These are the results of powerful psychological triggers buried deep in your subconscious. You don't notice them, but they notice you. And once you begin to understand them, you'll realize that the life you thought was yours has actually been designed by forces inside your own mind. Science shows us that nearly 90% of the decisions we make every single day are not made consciously. They are automatic. They are habits. They are reflexes. They are patterns built from childhood, shaped by culture, and reinforced by repetition. Your brain is not asking your permission. It's simply running the show. Imagine being in a car where you think you're driving, but the wheel is being controlled from somewhere else. That is how most people live their lives, unaware that they are passengers in their own mind. But here's the shocking part. These hidden forces don't just influence small things like what you eat or how you react in conversations. They control your reality itself. The way you see the world, the way you interpret events, the way you define success or failure, it's all being filtered through these invisible psychological lenses. Two people can live the exact same moment, yet experience it completely differently, because their hidden programming tells them how to feel about it. And maybe that's why you sometimes feel stuck. You promise yourself you'll change, you'll grow, you'll break free from the same old cycles, but something pulls you back. That something is not weakness, it's not laziness, it's the hidden psychology of your mind, pulling the strings without your awareness. And unless you see it clearly, you'll always remain under its control. But here's the good news. Once you expose these forces, once you shine light on them, you can take back the wheel. You can start making choices that are truly yours. You can begin to design a life that feels free, intentional, and authentic. That's what today's journey is about. You're about to discover 10 hidden psychology secrets that are silently shaping your life right now. Some of them will surprise you, some may even disturb you, but all of them will open your eyes. So stay with me, because what you're about to hear may forever change the way you understand yourself. You see, the mind is like an iceberg. The part you can see, your conscious thoughts, your daily decisions, the stories you tell yourself, makes up only a small fraction of who you really are. Beneath the surface lies something much larger, far more powerful, and almost entirely invisible, your subconscious. And it is here, in the hidden depths, that the real story of your life is being written. Think about it. Why do certain memories stay with you forever, while others vanish instantly? Why do you sometimes feel an instant attraction to someone you just met, or an unexplained dislike, as if your gut knows something you don't? Why is it so easy to form a bad habit, but so difficult to break one? None of this is random. These patterns are the result of invisible psychological forces that shape not only what you think, but also what you believe to be true about yourself and the world. For centuries, philosophers and psychologists have been trying to decode these mysteries. Ancient thinkers asked, what drives human behavior? Modern scientists have scanned brains, run experiments, and analyzed behavior in search of answers. And still the same truth remains. The human mind is deeper, stranger, and more powerful than we realize. Now here's where it gets interesting. These hidden psychological secrets aren't just abstract theories locked away in textbooks. They are alive in you, right now, as you sit here listening. They determine how you react when someone criticizes you, how you feel when you fail, and even how you define love, success, and happiness. And yet most people will go their entire lives without ever noticing. They'll walk through life believing they are fully in control, while being guided like puppets by invisible strings. But not you, not today, because in this journey, we're going to lift the curtain. We're going to step behind the surface of your thoughts and shine a light on the psychological mechanisms that are quietly scripting your reality. Here's the twist. Once you see these forces for what they are, they lose their power over you. Instead of being unconsciously controlled, you begin to consciously take control. Imagine realizing that a thought you've always believed was yours was actually just a product of bias. Imagine understanding why you repeat the same mistakes over and over, and finally breaking free. Imagine no longer being a passenger in your own mind, but the driver. That's the gift of what you're about to learn. Because today, I'll reveal 10 hidden psychology secrets that have been influencing you since the day you were born. Some will shock you, some will make you uncomfortable, some will make you say, "That's me." That explains everything. And once you know them, you can never unknow them. So lean in, pay attention, because the deeper we go, the more you'll realize the greatest mystery isn't out there in the world. The greatest mystery is within you. And the answers you've been searching for, they're already inside your mind, waiting to be uncovered. You've opened the door, and now it's time to step inside. These are the 10 hidden psychology secrets that silently control your life. As you listen, notice how many of these already live inside you, shaping your thoughts, your choices, and your reality, without you even realizing. 1. The priming effect. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs tiny signals from the environment and reacts automatically. Imagine walking into a room that smells faintly of cleaning products. You'll unconsciously act tidier, or if someone shows you the word old, studies reveal you might walk a little slower afterward. Priming is everywhere, and it means your mind can be influenced by things you don't even notice. 2. Confirmation bias. We like to believe we are rational, but here's the truth. Your brain doesn't want truth. It wants comfort. You search for evidence that confirms what you already believe. If you think the world is unfair, you'll find proof of it everywhere. If you believe you're unworthy, you'll twist situations to reinforce that belief. This bias is powerful. It shapes your entire reality. 3. Social proof. Why do people follow the crowd? Because deep down, your brain equates popularity with safety. If everyone else is doing something, it must be the right thing, right? That's why trends spread like wildfire. Why you laugh more when others laugh, and why you might doubt yourself when you stand alone. Social proof can be your guide or your prison. 4. The spotlight effect. Have you ever walked into a room thinking everyone is staring at you? The truth is, they're not. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. We overestimate how much others notice our mistakes, our flaws, or even our achievements. Realizing this is freeing. You can stop living as though the whole world is watching. 5. Cognitive dissonance. When your actions don't match your beliefs, your brain panics. Instead of admitting you're wrong, it creates excuses to reduce the discomfort. That's why someone who smokes might say, "It helps me relax," even while knowing it's harmful. Cognitive dissonance keeps us trapped in old habits until we face the truth head on. Loss aversion. The fear of losing something is twice as powerful as the joy of gaining it. That's why you hold on to toxic relationships, old possessions, or even beliefs that don't serve you. Your brain hates loss so much that it convinces you to play small rather than risk change. Recognizing this secret gives you the courage to finally let go. 7. The anchoring effect. The first piece of information you receive becomes your anchor, even if it's random. For example, if I told you a jacket cost $500, but it's on sale for $300, it feels like a bargain, even though $300 is still expensive. Anchoring shapes your decisions in shopping, negotiations, and even relationships, without you noticing. The placebo effect. Here's one of the most mysterious secrets. Belief alone can change reality. Patients given sugar pills, but told their medicine, often feel better. Why? Because your mind is powerful enough to convince your body. This doesn't just happen in medicine, it happens in life. Believe something strongly enough, and your brain will try to make it real. 9. The Pygmalion Effect. Expectations create reality. When teachers believe students will succeed, those students often perform better. When someone expects you to fail, you may unconsciously fulfill that prophecy. But here's the key. You can flip this. Expect greatness from yourself, and you'll rise higher than you thought possible. 10. The illusion of control. This might be the most humbling of all. You think you're in charge, but often you're not. People believe they can influence random outcomes, like rolling dice harder to get a higher number. In truth, much of life is unpredictable. The illusion of control makes you feel safe, but awareness of it makes you wise. You've just seen how the mind works, how hidden forces are quietly shaping the way you think, feel and live. And maybe as you listened, you felt something shift inside you, a sense of recognition, a quiet voice saying, "This is me, this is my life, this explains why I do what I do." That's not just coincidence, that's your awareness waking up. For the first time, you've pulled back the curtain and caught a glimpse of the strings that have been pulling you all along. And here's the truth, most people never reach this moment. They live on autopilot, unaware of the forces guiding them, repeating the same mistakes, carrying the same beliefs, and calling it fate. But you've already stepped outside the illusion. Think about what that means. From this moment forward, you can't look at your choices the same way. When you feel fear holding you back, you'll remember loss aversion. When you doubt yourself because you think everyone is watching, you'll recall the spotlight effect. When you crave belonging, you'll recognize the pull of social proof. These aren't just abstract ideas anymore. They are tools. And when you see them, you gain the power to change. Because here's the secret, nobody tells you. Awareness is liberation. Once you name the force controlling you, it begins to lose its grip. Suddenly the habit you thought was unbreakable starts to loosen. The belief you thought was truth begins to crumble. The fear that held you back starts to fade. You realize you don't have to be a prisoner of your own psychology. You can be the master of. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this, a version of yourself that no longer reacts automatically, no longer lives on autopilot. A version of yourself that sees the invisible patterns, understands them, and chooses differently. That version of you is possible. In fact, that version of you is already inside you. It's just waiting for you to take control. And maybe right now, you feel a mixture of excitement and unease. That's normal. Growth always feels uncomfortable, because it means stepping out of the familiar. But remember this, nothing changes until you do. And change begins the moment you decide to look deeper, to explore the depths within your own mind. So the question is, will you ignore what you've just learned, go back to sleep, and let the hidden forces keep running your life? Or will you take this awareness and step into a new kind of power, the power of seeing clearly, the power of choosing consciously, the power of shaping your reality instead of being shaped by it? The choice is yours, and this choice might be the most important one you'll ever make. If this opened your eyes, imagine what else lies beneath the surface. This is only the beginning of your journey within. Subscribe to Depth Within right now, because together we'll keep uncovering the hidden psychology that shapes your reality. Don't just watch, dive deep. The next video might just change the way you see yourself forever.